So I think that the emotion that comes through is because I know that I've succeeded. I've won. I've I've accomplished this thing that so many people before me haven't, and um, I represent a group of people that have fought, that have won, and that have lost, all of the above. And Julie says it's not necessarily some club that we want to be a part of,
Nope.
but whether we asked for it or not, here we
Mhm.
are. And so I think that the gifts that I've received throughout this journey, the blessings and the bullshit, which I don't know if I can say bullshit on camera, has really, I think, what I've taken away from it and what I have tried to give to people who want to know how I'm doing. How are you doing? I'm pretty damn good. I have become a better person on the other side of it. I don't know, exactly how that works, but I feel like that I've almost been refined or pruned. All the crap has kind of been burned away, and I've been left with this better body, this better soul, this better mind. And I hope that when my daughter or my coworker that may come up positive for cancer, or next year or the year after that, or anybody that sees this knows that there is so much more beauty in this journey than there is pain, and there is suffering, and there is fear. There's nothing for you to fear. So
There's hope.
there's a lot of hope in it.
I think that for me was one of the reasons why when I was diagnosed that I felt very compelled very early on, partly because I'm a nurse and I was seeking realistic portrayals. I really wanted to know what actually was going to happen. What was my surgery going to look like? What were the scars going to look like? What was I going to be living with day to day? And that just didn't exist. It wasn't out there. And so I felt like I needed to be the voice for those people, and that I needed to go ahead and really put it all out there. And so I started blogging about the journey, and I started putting very descriptive photos and videos and things of my surgical post-op process and all that stuff, which was, I'm not a naturally sharer when it comes to that. I'm not naturally comfortable that way, but I felt like that was important. And I have never had a huge group of female friends other than coworkers, and now I do. And that is just such a, if you had asked me even just 5 years ago, would I ever see myself doing women's support of any kind other than work related, I would have told you no way, not in a million years would I be doing that. Or would I be talking about my breast on camera, or online? And I would be like, absolutely not. But now it's like a daily part of life, because once people find out that you have breast cancer, they either want to tell you their story, or they want to hear yours, or you find out that like half the people were somehow touched by breast cancer. And I think that was really an insane thing for me. And then how many women I've talked to, hundreds and hundreds of women now over the last 4.5 years, that many of them have said to me, thank you for sharing. I was looking for that. I was looking for someone that could tell me the real thing. And so that to me says that's what I was supposed to do, and that's what I was supposed to share. And so I try to be very open. So for my part of that blessing, and I've made friends with people I never would have met before, and I've done things and pushed me outside of my box that I never would have done. And it's such a blessing that, would I choose cancer? Absolutely not. But it has turned out to be such a blessing in my life, which seems like a very crazy thing to say, but it's true. And then to pass that blessing on, and by making myself open and by saying I'm going to be available. I get messages, I get phone calls, I get texts from strangers sometimes, and then also from friends and coworkers that say, hey, I know you've been through this, I just got diagnosed, or hey, they found something. I mean, countless people come to me and say, I just went to the doctor, or I found this, what do you think I should do? And it's because you make yourself available. That's not for everybody. Maybe, you know, Candice is saying, you know, like maybe I'm not gonna be out on the news websites. Maybe she will. We'll see. I gotta get her. I'm getting her involved in some stuff already. But you know, you have a story to share. Not everybody wants to share their story. Some people do. I felt like that was something that was important to me. And then here we are, you know, 4.5 years down the road, 4 years down the road, and Candice gets diagnosed, and I felt like, okay, you know, this is why. Maybe there's, you know, that quote that everybody says that God gave you this mountain so that others could see that He moved it. Mm. And I think that is something that now that we have in common, we have this hope, and we can say we're survivors. We went through the fire, we came out on the other side. You can do it too. And I think that that's key.